Hi everyone, I'm Carol Keller, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Antioch, Illinois in the United States, and I'm coming to you today with my cards for this month's Bundle Bonus. Bundle Bonus is a program that I have that if you purchase the bundle from me, I will give you the components to make 2 cards. For this month, I actually have 2 cards in the same video. Normally I have 2 separate ones, but I kind of combine them because I use similar components, and even though the cards look different, there are a lot of similarities in the products I used. So I'm going to turn my camera around right away, and so that we can get started and I can show you. Here is the card, the first card that I designed for Bundle Bonus. And I actually am going to do a different one, but using the same idea. I'm going to use the same die and of course the Butterfly Brilliance bundle, but I'm going to use a different embossing folder. There's the inside. And I'm going to use a different embossing folder and some different colors, but it's going to be very similar. So I'm going to leave this here just so I can show you the differences. And I'm going to show you what I used for this card, or maybe I'll show you at the end. I think I'll show you at the end what I used for both cards. So we are starting with a basic white card base that I have already scored and cut. Love the way the bone folder makes it lie flat. And this card is going to be in this orientation. On this one, I use the Ornate Floral 3D Embossing folder, which is actually on our last chance list, and it is discounted in the United States. It's 40% off. And then for this one, I use the Dandelions 3D Embossing folder, which is also 40% off. And all I'm going to do is take some multi-purpose liquid glue and adhere it right to the card front. Both embossing folders are the same size as the card front, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 in the US, or if you're using an A4 card, it is 10.5 centimeters by 14.9 centimeters. And we're just going to put that on the front. I really wanted sort of a clean and simple look. And I got the idea for this one from Tracy Held, who is an Australian demonstrator. She and I are part of a global Stampin' Up! Vlog hop that we do every month. And the theme for March was rainbows. So she used this butterfly and did an absolutely gorgeous card that when you opened it up, you had butterflies pop out inside. Adorable. And so she had some on the front. So that was kind of my starting point, but I changed it up a little. I wanted to use for this one all 7 colors of the rainbow. And the only way to fit them was to kind of make them in a rainbow shape. So that's where I went with that one. And so for this one, we're not going to use as many butterflies, but we are going to use the same one from the Brilliant Wings die set. So the only one I used the same color of was the gorgeous Grape. Whoops, it's a little sticky. And then Coastal Cabana and Flirty Flamingo. The colors in this one, Gorgeous Grape, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, Mango Melody, and Poppy Parade. So I wanted to change up the colors because obviously you could use any colors, and I wanted to change up the embossing folder. This one obviously is busier all the way around because the embossing folder is completely covers the card front, and there are more butterflies. So this one's a little bit simpler, but the same idea, an embossing folder and some butterflies from this set. So originally I had 3 sizes of butterflies to go along with the 3 sizes of the dandelions, but the others were just too big. It overwhelmed the card too much, I thought. So I went with 3 of the same size. And then I am using the stamp that comes in the stamp set. The butterflies are all together, so it's one big stamp. And we are I just used the top one because that was the easiest. This one is probably the one that is most like the butterfly, but I don't think it matters much. This one's pretty close and it's up in the corner, so it's easy. But if you prefer, you could use this one. In fact, I will show you. We will do that one just so that I can show you. So for the inside of the card, I stamped it in the corner because I didn't really have a sentiment that I thought fit. So I wanted something on the inside. I always do something on the inside and of course the envelope. So I did this one. And all I did was color it with my Gorgeous Grape Stampin' Right marker. Do not use your blends. They are not good for the stamps. You have to use your Stampin' Right marker. And I think on this one, I'll do the same thing. Since I have the Gorgeous Grape, I'll do that. So all I did was rub it or color it with my marker and then turn it over and stamp on the inside just like this. But I'll show you that we can use either one. It's not going to matter because we're not coloring any of these. We're just coloring the one we're going to use. And I'm going to bring in the envelope too. We'll do both at the same time. But you just take your marker, like I said, the thick end, the brush end, and we're going to just color in that butterfly, making sure we got all of the edges. And the trick is, and hopefully I can do it on camera because of course I did it fine in practice on the other card, is to keep it straight up and down. So we don't want to rock it because there may be some stray ink there and we don't want to have to worry about it. So I'm going to sort of practice by doing the envelope first. So it's down here. I'm just going to stamp it right in the corner. Just lay it right there. Boom, there's your butterfly. You do have to re-ink. Move that out of the way. So we're going to re-ink to do the card. And that looks pretty good. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring my card in, flip it over, and just lay it right down. This is a little trickier, and I am tilting it a little bit to get it in the right spot, but hopefully, yeah, see, I got a little stray there, but not too bad. I think that's pretty good. And I do have an eraser I can try to use to get those stray marks off. So that is what you have to be a little bit careful of, but I still think it looks pretty good. And then that does match the butterfly that we're putting on the card front. So that's all we have to do now. They kind of naturally bend out a little bit, and I really wanted them to be 3D. I thought about using my adhesive sheets on the back, but if I did that, the whole thing would be covered and they would definitely be flat on the card, and I wanted them to have some dimension like they are here. So instead, I'm using my multi-purpose liquid glue, and we're just going to put some on the body of the butterfly. And this is it, just a little bit, and that's all you need. It's a very strong adhesive. So let's see. We'll do one. I want this at the top, but I think I'm going to put the other ones on first. So I'm going to take my Flirty Flamingo and we'll do it here. So I want it sort of near the flower, but not necessarily covering the whole thing up. And the same thing with the Coastal Cabana butterfly. And we'll do that one maybe here. And do press it for a minute so that glue can catch. And I'm going to put a little more here just because it's probably drying a little bit. Should be fine, but we're going to make sure. And then this one maybe up here like this. I want them all going a little bit at a different angle. And then once they dry a little bit, then I just kind of fluff the wings up like that. For the sentiment, I used the Encircled in Friendship stamp set, which is also on the last chance list. We are going to stamp it in Gorgeous Grape. As I match the top butterfly on this one, I'm going to do the same thing here. And I have a scrap of paper, and it literally is just a scrap, but it happens to be the exact width of the punch that we're going to use. So that worked out nicely. We're going to stamp it, and we're not going to put it too close to the edge because we need the edge for the punch. It's a little crooked. I think we'll try one more time on the back. Yeah, Yes, much better. Okay, so that's why cardstock has two sides, right? You can usually fix your mistakes. So I've got the everyday label punch that we're using. That's what I use here and what we're going to use on this card. And it is also on the last chance list, and it is 20% off. So definitely some bargains to be had. So I'm just lining it up so that it's straight. Let's see if I have the correct side here. I think this is, oh no, I think that was the first one. Yeah, I think this is better. It was a little thick here too. So this is the side we're going to use. And I bumped it up with dimensionals because I didn't do anything around the edge or anything. I just wanted it to be, but I do want it to be a little bit prominent. So I'm going to bump it up with dimensionals. Although even if you wanted to, maybe we'll do a little bit of gorgeous grape around the edge on this one. This here, I wanted it to be a little more hidden, but I think we'll make it a little more prominent. So I'm going to bring my ink back in one more time. And I've got a sponge dauber. And I'm just going to put some ink around the edge. So yes, we'll give that a little bit of definition around the edge. You can see it doesn't take much ink at all to get all the way around. Oh yeah, I think that's going to be very good. And now I've got my Stampin' dimensionals. We're going to pop it up like I said. So we'll put a few on the back, making sure to have one in the middle so that it doesn't sag. And I'm going to take the backings off and we'll position it on the card, probably about here. Make sure that's straight. And so that's it. A very simple card, simpler than this one, but honestly with the same idea and very similar formats. So you can choose which one you like better. If you are my customer and you purchase the Butterfly Brilliance bundle, say that 3 times fast, I will actually give you the components to make both cards. Oh, that's right. And this one is not quite finished because on this one I used both the holiday rhinestones, basic jewels, which are on the last chance list, and the in color 2021-2023 in color jewels, and those are actually 20% off. So I'm going to bring those in again, and I just chose colors that match. So for the in color jewels, I'll use those for the pink and the purple. Even though the pink and the purple are different, I think it'll work. And then I'm going to use, this is actually, I believe, Coastal Cabana, which goes perfectly here. So I'm going to bring in my Take Your Pick tool. Got some little extras there. And I use the medium-sized one of these jewels. So that will go on the butterfly here. And the larger ones here. This is actually fresh freesia, but it definitely works. And I think it's going to be the same with this. This is polished pink, but I think it's going to work nicely for a little bit of sparkle on the card. Another embellishment that might be nice if you want to go there is our brushed brass butterfly, our brushed brass butterflies. That's what they are. And those might be cute too. I thought about maybe doing that, doing a little cluster of them, but then I decided to just leave it the way it is. So that's it. Those are the cards for my bundle bonus this month. So like I said, if you purchase the bundle for me, I actually will give you the components to make both cards. Before I sign off, I forgot to show you the components of the bundle. This is the Butterfly Brilliance Cling Stamp Set, and I did show it to you earlier. It is one solid stamp, and these are the Brilliant Wings dies. So you can use this die to cut out all of the stamps at once. So you can stamp that image and then cut out all of those butterflies at once. But you can see there are also individual ones. This is the one that we used for the cards today, but there are other ones that you can use to add some interest also to your project. So there's so much in here. I really, really like this die set. This is the Encircled in Friendship stamp set that, like I said, is on the last chance list. And I really like that. Just a note to let you know that someone thought of you today. And I love this too. In a world where you can be anything, thank you for being kind. With heartfelt thanks, you're in my thoughts. Each day is a little brighter. And then because of you, and you're the best. And then a couple of images that you can color in. So this is a great set to get before it retires, before it disappears. And everything is available while supplies last or until May 3rd, whichever comes first. And then you saw the gems that I used. The Holiday Rhinestones Basic Jewels. And the In Color Jewels, the 2021 to 2023 In Color Jewels. And the Everyday Label Punch. So again, this is 20% off. These are 20% off. And the embossing folders, take these out of the way so I can show you. The Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder and the Dandelions 3D embossing folder are both 40% off. So this is only $6 and this is only $5.40 in the United States. So some good bargains to be had there. So again, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you liked the cards. And again, if you purchase the bundle from me, then I will send you the components for both cards for free. And make sure you look around my YouTube channel. I have lots of other card ideas, scrapbook pages, home decor items, tips, techniques, and I do paper pumpkin alternatives every month as well. So if you're a paper pumpkin subscriber, there are lots of videos for you to check out on past paper pumpkin kits. So thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate it. Leave me some love in the comments, and I will see you again soon. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.